Hi there, my name is Dr. Brock and I'm one of the biology champions here at Seneca. I just wanted to... Hi there, my name is Dr. Brock and I'm one of the biology champions here at Seneca. And I just wanted to give you some information on the biology course here, and also some information on the end of course assessment for biology that's coming up here in a few weeks. So just first I want to go over just a little bit about the course. Us as champions, we actually follow a curriculum map that's provided to us by the state, and it's based off this ACT quality course standard. I'm sure you've heard of ACT, and it's based on standards that's provided to us through this ACT quality core program. The course through ACT quality core was developed based on research that had been done in high-performing classrooms, and really it's geared to prepare our scholars for college and career readiness. And the curriculum's designed in a way that allows us to focus on fewer topics. So some biology classes just pack in as much content as possible that span a wide range. And this curriculum map really allows us to kind of go more in depth on certain concepts. So there's fewer concepts to cover, which allows us to really kind of dig in to each of those concepts, which as a champion I really like. So this is really what we teach in this course. We start off with evolution and really kind of talk about how species have changed over time and life has changed over time. We also talk about homeostasis, which is basically just how our body maintains balance and maintains conditions that allow us to function properly and stay alive. We also talk about energy and matter. All living things depend on energy and matter. That's why we eat, to get our energy and matter that allows our body to function correctly and to stay alive. We also talk about inheritance, which just really allows the scholars to explore genetics and how they have the traits that they have, and traits that they will pass down to their future generations. So that's personally one of my favorite units. And then we go a little bit deeper into inheritance by talking about kind of how inheritance happens, and that's through genetics and DNA and gene expression. So we get to learn a little bit, the scholars really get to learn more about DNA and how it works. And then we talk about development as well. Obviously we all grow from when we were born, and so we talk a little bit about that and kind of what happens before we're born. And so that's another topic that we discuss. And then lastly, we wrap up the year with the ecology unit, and this really focuses on all life on Earth and how we all kind of interact and depend on each other, and also other non-living factors such as water and air and stuff like that. So that's another one of my favorite units. So this is kind of the basic curriculum map that I spoke about before, where we talk about each of these topics and we go into more depth for each of these topics. And the students really actually seem to enjoy this class. So the end of course assessment that's coming up, it's all multiple choice, so there's no written portion of this test, which the scholars really like. But this can also be a little tricky. Multiple choice can kind of be tricky. And what else is tricky about this is that this end of course assessment is actually 20% of their final grade for this class. So it's a big portion of their grade, and they know this from the beginning of the year. We emphasize this to them, that this end of course is a big part of their grade, so they really need to, throughout the year, kind of prepare for this and be ready for this and do what they need to do on their end to prepare for this. So these are some of the things that we do. We definitely are preparing scholars for this all year. Not just content-wise, but other things that we kind of have in place to help prepare for this. We, as a biology, we kind of have a team. Our biology champions, we work as a team, and we have weekly common assessments that we give to our students, and then we come back and we talk about kind of the results and what we need to do from that point on. Do we need to recover things? Can we move on? So and so and so and so. So we'll really try to make sure that the scholars really are comprehending what we're going over in class. We also do frequently some EOC practice questions. So as I mentioned before, our curriculum is based off ACT Quality Core, and ACT Quality Core actually provides sample questions and previous questions from previous assessments, previous EOC assessments, and we use these practice questions as like 2 or 3 minute introductions of class some days, just to practice that type of question, that format of question. So we try to go over that with the scholars as well. And then lastly, towards the end of the year, for the last couple of weeks, we do review all of the content. So as I said, we started with evolution and going to homeostasis. You know, by the time we get to genetics and ecology and development, the kids have kind of forgotten a lot of what we did at the beginning of the year. And not really forgotten their understanding of it, but they almost need like a refresher and a reminder of the content. So we make sure the last couple of weeks before the EOC exam that we actually go over this. And again, this review is planned with our biology team, so we're all kind of doing similar things. We also try to regroup students based on what units they need to work on. So if some students need to work more on inheritance and some scholars need to work more on evolution, we can kind of group scholars with different teachers that will cover different content. So there's ways that we try to help the scholars review as well as possible. And that's what we do on our end. Obviously, there's only so much we can cover during school, and there's a lot that the students actually need to do on their own time at home or independently at extended school or whatever. So to ask for your help would be great, and just making sure that they're studying what they need to study. And some of these scholars have multiple EOC tests. So just, you know, really kind of refreshing their memory on what they need to know. Lastly, I want to talk about these blue review sheets. And they should be blue. They should be a colored sheet. Your scholar will get these sheets from their biology champion, whether it be me or one of the other biology champions. And it's basically just so you've got one, and you open it up, 2, 3, and then a back. So 4 pages. And it's kind of a crash course of the whole year. It's almost like a study guide. In the past, scholars have said that this was key for the biology EOC exam. That if you studied this, then you were good to go on the EOC exam. So I'd like to ask if you could just maybe check with your scholar and make sure that they're looking over this study guide, because it's very helpful, and it really goes over all the information that we've done throughout the year and kind of it condenses it into kind of what they need to know. So yeah, if I could ask you to check and make sure your scholar has this and that they're looking at it, that'd be great. So that's all, and if you have any questions, please contact the school and get in touch with any of the teachers. We're absolutely there for your scholars and want them to perform well on this test. So please, anytime you have any questions or concerns, you can get in touch with any of us. And thanks. Hope you have a great day, and good luck for your scholars. I hope they do wonderful on all their assessments.